pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes from September 4th.
Make a motion that we suspend the reading of the minutes.
Okay, we have a motion by Pillars to approve and suspend the reading.
Second.
Second by Hack. Discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, motion carried. Approval of the agenda. We are going to move 12A. We're moving that up to, that will now be 5D. So employee discipline will be 5D instead of 12A. Any other changes, additions, or corrections to the agenda? Okay.
Motion to approve agenda with movement of 12A to 5C.
Okay, motion by Hack.
Or, excuse me, did I say C or D?
You said C.
You said C.
D, I meant D, sorry.
That's fine. Motion by Hack. Second. Second by Stern. Discussion. All in favor of the agenda say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. 5A, 2018 street project pay estimate number 5. Josh, you come on forward, give us a little update while we're at it. And let's discuss what's going on.
So as far as construction schedule, they're continuing concrete work here this week. They weren't in town today, but they're planning to be in town tomorrow. Their schedule is currently showing concrete work finishing up this week,
Including the bike path.
that's what their schedule is showing. So
Okay.
we'll have to see how it can go. The possibility of getting pushing in next week is kind of what we're maybe foreseeing. But Aztec had finished up the chip seal work, and they're kind of doing their final sweeping. It sounds like Pete said that they're going to get that finished up tonight. So it sounds like so. They'll get all the leftover remnants of chips and all that cleaned up off the streets. Striping, there's the schedule they submitted was showing that next week. We just got an update that they're looking at Wednesday being here to begin some of the striping down, and then the seeding work is planned for next week with the schedule
Do
showing.
we have striping included for the football field parking lot?
Yeah, yes.
It is.
Both the football field and the, I don't think the football field does. I thought you could verify that.
Alright.
And I know for sure that all seasons are in the parking lot, since it had existing striping, but the football field, I'm not sure that we included.
It didn't have stripes before. Small asphalt
Yeah.
side there on the outside.
Yeah, we'll verify that. And then I guess the only other thing kind of related to project is we're getting some scheduling done to have some cores done on Divide Street west of Fayette, where there was some cracking that was brought up I think at the last meeting. So we're taking some steps to evaluate what the issue may have been there that's causing some early premature cracking that shouldn't have typically wouldn't show up that soon. So working on getting an evaluation done there. Any questions as far as scheduling or as part of the project?
What about the, just made a note here, manhole covers and gate valves, bringing some of those up to elevation. When are those going to be taken care of?
I haven't heard anything schedule-wise on that. We'll have to check.
That's what Ted will have that information.
Yeah.
Are we meeting Thursday, Monty?
We can certainly get something lined up. It might be
Okay.
a good idea to get everyone in the
again on Thursday?
Yeah.
That'll work. Can any of you guys be here for that? No? Okay. Dave, you can be here? No? Okay. How about Mike? Go ahead, Mike, be here then.
Should be.
Okay. All right. Monty and I'll be here. Great.
Anything else? The next item I have is the contractor's application for payment number 5. So the contractor's application is for $302,582.83. Basically what we did was we left our recommendation as it was at the previous one, withholding the dollars for the patching and then also that extra concrete. And then we did owner's adjustment of payment per the decisions that were made at the August 23rd council meeting. So that would adjust the payment. So our recommendation was $129,831.40, which is then adjusted to $266,520.54, which is withholding the total of $37,929.21 for the patching and also the $2,100 for the additional concrete that had to be removed due to the saw cutting, additional saw cutting they had to do. I guess we kind of just, and we filled out the owner's adjustment of payment kind of in anticipation of what would have been decided at the last meeting. If there's any adjustments you guys would like to make to that, we certainly can make them.
Okay, so this pay estimate number 5 is for $266,520.54.
Motion approved.
Motion by Hack to approve the payment number 5.
Second.
Second by Stern. Discussion. Roll call.
Hack.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Pillar. Aye. Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried.
And the last item I have is the updated DWSRF questionnaire. Motivator requested that we get this put together for the meeting. Basically, the exact same thing that was submitted last year, just some adjustment of dates. It's pushed out another year, basically. So.
And that's for the water tower
Correct.
project.
Just keeps us on the list for possible funding through the State Water Commission.
Do we need to approve that, or is it just for information?
No, it'll just be submitted to the states on your list.
Okay. Ballpark, what's the water tower cost? The mushroom shaped type to get higher elevation.
This one we have project cost about $1.5 million.
You've already got it requested to State Water Commission?
We're on their list for projects, possible projects. It's the questionnaire.
What's the cost share on that? Is there a cost share? Must be, that's what.
Yeah, I'm not positive what the cost share.
There's potential to get some loan forgiveness dollars through DWSRF, but it's depending where you end up in their ranking system, so it's kind of hard to say exactly what. But it's 2% loan dollars is what their current rate is. Yeah.
And Greg, it's not eminent, but it's one of those items that would be nice to have taken care of. However, it would have to be a special assessment issue. And as you know, we've had plenty of that lately. So it'd be nice to,
Main issues with problems have been up at the
northwest, or yeah.
Yep, and all this is just staying
Yeah.
on their list, making them aware that you're looking at a project coming up.
Absolutely.
At some point, so.
And what's the latest you've heard on the legislature looking at giving that the one-time monies again?
Actually, it's a continuing thing. If it's set up, it'll just be funds set aside from they're calling it the Prairie Dog Fund.
Right.
Where they'll take a certain percentage of the oil and gas extraction tax and it'll be divvied out to the non-oil producing counties as a continuing
I think the last I saw,
appropriation.
Hazen would be in line for like 900,000, 800.
880 some thousand.
And no, they want that to go towards projects for infrastructure, things like that. Correct?
Yes, yes.
So that'd be a candidate. All right, thank you. Any other questions for Josh or Luke or John or Pete? Anybody got some new gloves for Pete? All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, and along with pay estimate 5 comes 5B, Macon, North Dakota loan requisition number 5.
Based on the approval of the $266,000, our request is for $340,000, 50124
To be indeed.
to make a North Dakota, yes.
Motion approved.
Motion by Hack,
Second.
second by Pillar. Discussion. Roll call.
Hack.
Aye.
Pillar. Aye. Stern.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you. And we just talked about the EWSRF program information. Is there anything more, Monty?
Nope.
Okay. All right, that takes us down to 5D, employee discipline. And that is not an executive session issue, so we're gonna call Nancy Wolf. She's in Seattle. This set action takes full
If you'd like to
board.
make a call, please. Again, if you'd like to make a
Has wait for a little longer for it to-
Hello.
Hi Nancy, it's Jerry and the rest of the board. We are to our spot on the agenda. We actually moved it up to 5D. So for the employee discipline action. And we will let you go ahead and discuss your portion of this, please.
Okay, I just wanted to bring this to the board. We have a bus driver, Robert Gobar, who has been offensive in his conduct, and he uses abusive language in public toward the public officials and fellow employees. And he has been displaying conduct unbecoming of a municipal employee. He has received reprimands. He's been placed on probation, and he's been suspended without pay for his unacceptable behavior. So I guess my recommendation would be to go forward with the dismissal of Robert Gobar. I would like to make that into a motion, having this dismissal effective September 21st at 4 p.m.
Okay, so that's your motion. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So we have a motion by Wolf for dismissal of this employee.
Could I clarify the motion before we move to a second?
Please do, Greg.
Is it, you're saying effective September 21st, and there's already a motion or a letter suspending him, but, yeah, it's for 5 days, so what do you propose in the interim in your motion?
Can he be placed, on suspension yet, or?
Okay, maybe that, wait a second, I guess you're within the 5 days, Nancy, from
Today's
when you
17th.
dated your other letter, I think.
Okay,
That work years.
That's 11.
Five
What
working
you're
days.
proposing is that the suspension continue until the termination, basically.
yes.
Okay.
Are we good there, Greg?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion. We need a second to continue, or if we don't, then it'll die for lack of a second.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a second by Pillar. Discussion.
Monty, can you read that motion again?
Just the motion to dismiss Robert Gobar effective 9/21/2018 clarified that the suspension will continue pending the termination effective date.
All right. Any more discussion?
I guess why, I guess like on the 21st, why does that become?
Do you have a reason, Nancy? Commissioner Stern wants to know why is it 21st and not today, or are you saying Casey? Okay.
There really is not a specific reason other than I picked a day that wasn't specifically today.
It goes back to the opportunity for hearing according to our policy.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Which is stated on the letter that Mr. Gobar received also.
Will receive.
Will receive, okay.
You will, yeah.
You know, and then I guess, just his first, I guess, like written, I guess, letter then? Or not?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Wolf,
Aye.
Pillar,
Aye.
Hack,
Aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried. Nancy, you want to stay on line for the rest of it, or you want to, should we hang you up?
You can hang me up, please, thank you.
All right, thank you. Enjoy your time.
You bet, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. That moves us down to request of citizens. We have two reduced and hall rent or free hall rent for a benefit and a fundraiser for SMC, and then a permit for Hazen Public School. I would take, if you had a chance to look at all those, I'd take those all in one if you'd like, or if you want to address them individually, we sure can do that too.
Motion to approve, all in one, the 2 free and reduced hall rents and the local permit raffle bingo.
Okay. Motion by Hack.
Second.
Second by Stern. Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, we will move down to reports, water and sewer.
I don't have anything at this point.
Okay. Streets, cemetery.
I have nothing at this time.
Okay. And Nancy's not here. Mr. Pillar?
All right, Mr. Dahl has informed me that he is waiting a little bit longer for the trees to become a little bit more dormant, and then he will finish up his fall trimming. He is also preparing for ordering of trees for next year for replacements that he's already aware of, so the order will be getting in shortly for that. had some discussion regarding the placement of a dog kennel over at the police station in the yard out there. There was an attempt to use an existing building that we have over at the main shop. And in the process of beginning to move that and look at it closer, in my estimation and also in Jerry's, that building is in pretty bad shape. And so what I would like to propose is that we work up a cost to build in the shop a replacement for this building to be placed over then at the police station. At this point, maybe we go ahead and we work up what that cost is, and then we can make a decision as a board.
So last week when Mike Freilich was trying to move that with Mike and a couple of guys with the payloader with the pallet forks, it was set on a concrete slab, and inside is a metal or a steel post that was embedded in the concrete and kind of attached to the ceiling. And along that was one of the old jail cell walls that we had from, it looked like gun smoke in that thing. But when they tried to move it, the floor broke in half, and the building kind of dislodged, and it's the sill is pretty rotted out. The door jamb is pretty tweaked. But if we're going to have something like that over by the police station, I want it to look nice and not a piece of trash. And I think that building is probably can go out somewhere else other than on our properties. So I think the skills of our guys that we can probably carpenter together something a little bit nicer. Monty and I were talking about concrete today. I know we have a couple other spots around town that Josh Meisner's looking at repairing for us, and he was concerned that there'd be for a truck not enough in a load, but maybe with this, if we had a 10 by 10 or something like that, Dave, over here, we could combine that together and make it one load of the truck. And it's not that we need to have that kennel done tomorrow, so we can take some time. Our guys can even form it up if nothing else and just have it poured. But so Dave, did Mike talk to you all about this today, or okay, all right. So this is pretty much Thursday and Friday, I think, was when we were dealing with this last week. But yeah, I agree with Dan. That building served its purpose at one point, and it needs shingles, it needs some siding work. It's just the whole whack. So. And I know James Saylor has one over at West Dakota Lumber for sale for $1,400, and it's smaller than this one. I think our guys could build something for under $1,000 pretty easy and look really nice.
I think we have to do concrete here for as many dogs as we hold in a short period of time.
Right, and there, we hold dogs from between 20 minutes to 2 hours up to a day. So I don't know how else you want to anchor it down into the ground and make it so that's if it sits flat on the ground, we don't want it rotting.
Well, no,
again.
I mean some
You
garden
think
sheds.
of a pillar piers or something?
Yeah, some garden sheds you build on 4x4 or 5x6 piers. I don't know.
Right.
It might be a little bit.
It's easier to clean out if it's a concrete floor versus a plywood floor with dog remains and whatnot in there. And so
I was just thinking maybe for cost purposes.
Sure. Well, maybe we need to put some dollars together, some figures together, see what it would cost us to do it. Go from there.
Okay. So it's not so heavy to move. I don't know.
Yeah.
And one additional item, I spoke with Stan today with the fire department, and it's that time of the year where they get together with the rural and they order up a set of turnout gear. And so a set of turnout gear is about $2,400. So in the form of a motion, I would like to, I believe they're splitting that with rural, but for purposes of the motion, I would say to spend up to $2,400 for a set of turnout gear for the fire department. Basically, what this is premised by is the lifespan of this, according to NFPH, is recommended about 10 years, and the majority of our gear is at about the 15-year point. So they've been systematically going after it, and they have done some fundraising, and they have budgeted money to finish out the rest. So internal to their own budget, they would be going after then the remainder before the end of this calendar year. So the motion would be not to exceed $2,400 for a set of turnout gear.
Okay, we have a motion by Pillar,
Second.
second by Stern. Discussion. My portion of discussion has nothing to do with the motion. However, I cannot express enough of how great of a job our fire department does day in and day out. I think last week, I think they went out on call maybe 6 or 7 times for the rescue, and just unbelievable, the dedication, the hours those guys put in. Dave, you're on there, so thank you. We're super fortunate in our community to have those guys. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Pillar.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried. All right, HCD. Lester?
Okay, not too much, just wanted to give you a heads up. We're actually closing in on our 15 years since the former board approved the Renaissance Zone in the city. And so I'm going to be working on the necessary paperwork to see if we can get a 5-year extension on that process. And there's a little bit of work that will be involved in that, but hopefully it won't be. I spent a lot of time today kind of researching it and looking at it, and I think it's very doable before the end of the year, definitely. And it actually would expire at the end of 18, our 15-year time. It doesn't seem like it's. I remember when Duke was originally had the first official meeting, public meeting to go through that stuff. And I didn't think it was that long ago, but time flies. So that is something, of course, so that eventually, once it passes through some of the preliminary channels, which would be my board, Renaissance board, and then it would come to the commission for. Actually, you would be the final say on it, giving the final approval of the extension. So, okay, any questions? That's all I have.
Thanks, Buster. Okay, that brings us to the bottom of our agenda. Approval of the bills, please. You got a couple new ones here, Monty?
Yes.
Yeah.
Move to approve the bills.
Motion by Stern to approve the bills.
Second.
Second by Pillar. Discussion. Roll call.
Stern.
Aye.
Pillar.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.